rocks can be used for different purposes, and rocks have different properties. So having samples from underground lets us test whether it's useful for a certain purpose or what the properties would be.
We just look for an ideal zone which is strong enough to stand up while we excavate the 22-foot diameter tunnel. So we've drilled with MSTs about over a mile of rock that has been cored through the bedrock. They're called borings. They're about 2.5 to 3 inch in diameter, and then they come out in 10-foot sticks of rock.
So as an example, this is what core looks like. So this is a piece of core that was drilled from beneath Louisville. We're getting a piece of it brought to the surface. This is a specific rock unit. There's different rock layers. And we can now have a piece from underground to look at and sample.
And that's what we analyze. Now, in the process of doing that, for the non-geologic mind, it's pretty interesting because you find fossils. Some of these are 300, 400 million years old. And MST has a wonderful exhibit at the Science Center which actually shows all of this. The history of the city, you can see it both above ground and below ground, I think. Louisville has a rich history, a rich culture. And when we go underground, you expect to just find rock. But no, we find history there too.
So here we're looking at pages in Kentucky's ancient history from hundreds of millions of years ago. There's layering this rock that helps us determine how it was deposited. There are fossils in this rock that tells us about the critters that were living here long ago.
Now, to my knowledge, we did not find a dinosaur.
For the most part in these rocks, what we're looking at is the fossils of ancient sea creatures. This was all deposited in shallow seas. Kentucky used to be underwater. And the data's right there to interpret that. But certain rock layers are hard to see in the Louisville area because the city has been built on them. So there's certain rock units we don't get access to as easily anymore. And now we have complete vertical sections through them. Because they're graciously donating it to us, we will have these samples in a library for future uses. So maybe there's an environmental issue in the future, or maybe there's an energy issue in the future. And we would like to have a sample from hundreds of feet underground in Louisville. Now we'll have it. We can interpret what's down there, but to physically test and see the rock is a big deal.